Good morning, Royal Family, and welcome back to another episode on the Coin King channel. I am a host. I am down to Crypto TA, and we're seeing a little bit of a rejection. Actually, I'm sure it happened. Okay, it happened at 5:30, so I was not up for it. I was not up for this little rejection that we got. I had everything mapped out, but I was not up for it. So I got stopped out of the short setup yesterday. Actually, was going to come from down here, assuming that we had a wave 4 and we're going to get a wave 5 to the downside. And like I said, if price action came back up and tapped into the my magnet on here, tapped into the 618 0.618, that I was going to have to drop it. So you can see right here is the 50. Obviously, we did push up into, we pushed back up into the 618. I said, if it's doing that 618, then it's likely doing something different. I don't want to be in it from there, so I have to kill it. So that is what happened with that setup yesterday. Unfortunately, they don't always play out, and that's just part of the game. You win some, you lose some. All right. So I did take a new long yesterday, though. I said I wasn't going to, and I didn't throughout this situation over here. I actually, I take that back. I did take the short from here. I took the short from here, and then I took the long from here. So I know I didn't take the profits off of this short. The short was a play that if it dropped lower, I would have taken profit from it. But the reason why I entered the long is because I felt like price action was going to go up. So I just did a long just in case. So yeah, that's the image for it. But that was me taking the short yesterday. That was the short that I took yesterday, which was, like I said, it was this short right here. We got a swing failure pattern on that, and so I took that short. And then I'm currently still in this long right here. We're trying to get a swing back up right now. We came back down to our center point here, or this point here from where I took my long. Momentum did. So I'm looking for us to continue this curve back up. The golden pocket retracement that I have set in here, it was because this right here actually looked like an extension. So it looked like it, possibly could have been a wave 4, but definitely an extension, because as far as it dropped was only the 382, which makes it an extension. So from here to here, this is all it did, was the 382, 50% retracement, and therefore I added an extension onto it using my common 3, which is the golden pocket 786, and then the 1-to-1 from time to time. But that is that. So an extension from this here and here, and that gave us the rejection that you're seeing at the golden pocket there. I need to redraw this, and I will in a bit. I'm just trying to see exactly what I have here, which is another shallow retracement, which could be another extension. So I can raise the bar on this now and, push that golden pocket. I'm going to take off the 1-to-1 for now. And let my focus be here. So if I'm going to do that, I really want to see it start to move first. I'm going to wait until we can get back above our previous day high. If we get back above the previous day high, then I will adjust it. You can see that we did have some bear divs on this move up. We did have a swing fail here, but we started to put in some bear divs or bullish divergence at the same time. And usually when you get that, you get a continuation of some sort of a triangular formation in there for this little push down here. But again, like I said, momentum is not matching price action. Momentum and price action are not matching. So it's usually what we see our swing at. Normally I like to see the swing failure and come up, but right now we're holding that. Which brings me back to this over here yesterday. My usual way of trading, It would have been to enter alone. This is like the second time I think I've been on stream, and I absolutely did not just stick with my style, which is swing failure. Swing failures on momentum is a huge play of my trading because I'm a momentum trader. And I didn't stick with that yesterday, but I could tell, like I said, I could tell from the indicators that if we came up to that certain amount, that certain number, that price action was just going to do something different. So I should have. I just should have. But anyway, you can't cry over spilled milk. You can drink it up off the floor if you want to. No sense in crying over it, right? All right, so this is just our 15-minute. The time frame still seems to look good. The daily time frame is still the daily time frame is actually looking even better. I'm watching that 1 hour though. And watching that 1 hour to see what that 1 hour is going to do. But the daily time frame, I have no issues with this daily time frame, and I can only repeat myself again. Daily time frame looks nice. We're still struggling a little bit through here. Obviously, we're hitting some major resistance as we're trying to reach up into this golden pocket, 786 territory here. If the daily price action came down back into here, even triggering this long position, it will still look good. It will not look good if it loses that, of course, but it could at least it could still do that much and still look good. And right now it looks amazing to me. I don't have any problems with the daily time frame whatsoever to say that price action cannot continue higher, because it looks like it can based on this daily. Again, we are hitting some resistance. We are still hitting this ascending trend line here from momentum where we did get the breakdown from. It looks like what we're attempting to invalidate, or maybe we have um, almost invalidated the bearish divergence that was in here. So I'm gonna put that there. I should turn this one to orange since it's not around anything else. So it looks like we're attempting to invalidate whatever bear divs were in here and off to the races. Recall, we got the bullish div in here, so we knew we were going to get the bounce in there for the continuation up after we, got this little sell-off in here. So I'm going to take this line here and just delete that one there. It won't be necessary. We have the horizontal line in here to focus on, but it looks like we are invalidating any sort of bear div that was through here, right in here. So for me personally, I can say with confidence that if you were counting this structure in here as any sort of a five-wave structure, that we haven't hit that yet, because usually with the third wave, you get a blow off top on your momentum. We don't have that yet, so I'm not counting that as anything like that. I'm counting it as three waves right now, which is the 1, 2, 3 right here, and that's it. I can't do anything else until I see a blow off top on momentum. Without that, it's we're not there. We're not there yet to do that, at least not from this daily time frame perspective. All right. Momentum through here still looks good too. Still turned up. Nothing is turning down. So yeah, I have no issues with this daily time frame. None. I'm gonna have to see momentum turn down. The same way I have to see momentum turn up when we're falling. I'm gonna have to see it turn down. And until I see it turn down, it's still doing good. Right, that's the daily. And so here on the weekly time frame, you can see where we're at. So we're at the mean. So we're at the 50% of the RSI, which in itself is bullish, especially if we cross that threshold. Right now, we haven't crossed that threshold. We're still below it. We're tapping into it. We're at the 1-to-1 extension, which is exactly like I said, how I'm counting it: the 1, the 2, the 3, until it shows me something different. We haven't changed structure on the MACD as well. But we do have the green dots that are continuing to say, hey, momentum is agreeing on the MACD, even though the thresholds are still a bit bearish. Okay, so the thresholds are still bearish, but momentum is still rising. and therefore we get the green dots, even though we have the red candles. And like I said, we're at the 50% mean. We're at the mean of the RSI, which if we push past that, right in here, like I told you yesterday, we were flat in here. We're not turning down. So this is in the event that we turn down, but we're not turning down. And I might be able to switch this. So I'm going to raise this because this was set for here. So at this point, I'm going to raise this up since I do have this slight notch right here. I do have this slight notch right here. So if I'm looking for it to roll over, then I can look for it to roll over from here instead of all the way down here. But it is not turning down. It is still rising. It is looking to break through here. And then once it does, again, that's an indication of momentum is just strong. Momentum is very strong right now. We can be looking at continuation to the upside. So I don't have any reason to doubt the continuation to the upside until I do. And right now I don't. All right. So just transparency on that. I don't see a reason to fade the momentum just yet. Even if I'm late with it, I don't see a reason to fade it right now. It looks pretty good. The other thing in here, and I have discussed this one time before, it is the monthly time frame. So I went over one too many. So here on the monthly time frame, something that has been consistent that I have discussed before is that when the monthly crosses above the 50, it doesn't come back, which means price doesn't come back. We're there right now. We have our historical floor reclaim right here. So anytime we've broken below here, or this is the start of it. This is the start of the floor for the monthly time frame. Now you can do this differently. You can do it the way I tend to do the swing failure patterns, but I just found that it was a lot easier to just leave it as is, like this, and just consider this to be the floor. And once price swings below it and comes up and crosses above the 50, it doesn't come back. Like you got a correction in here, but nothing that changed price structure. Price continue to go higher. You got a reclaim here. So you got the this right here. I think this is the point where we got some divergence. Maybe we got a little bit of divergence in here off of this monthly time frame right here. But you got the swing back up above the floor. And once that happened and you cross above the 50, you got a little correction in here, but price action didn't come back. It did not come back. And once again, over here, we got our break below our floor, our reclaim back above our floor, and we're above 50. It just doesn't come back when that happens. I promise you, it just doesn't come back. This is where we crossed 50. It didn't come back. This is where we crossed 50. It didn't come back. This is where we crossed. Uh-oh, I want to take that one away. This is where we crossed 50. It didn't come back. Price just doesn't come back when we cross the 50. And we're above the 50 now. So I'm gonna take that for what it is until it shows me something different. I'm thinking that we're not coming back. That's my thoughts. We're not coming back. Now, if it comes back, then cool. But historically, you can see that once the RSI crossed above the 50 threshold, and I really wanted to be sure on this one. I wanted to wait until we got an actual closure on the monthly. I wanted to make sure it stuck. You know, it needed to stick if I was going to talk about it. And it looked like it did stick. It looks like it did stick. Unless I needed to look at it from here, but it looks like it did stick. And price might not be coming back. That's all I'm trying to say. Price may not be coming back. We're above. We are above. That's the thing. We're above here. This green line right here, we're above it. So let's take away the other one because that's your mean. When we get above it, like that's basically it. Like I said, you got a little correction in here, but when you get above it, that's it. Like you're not That's the other correction that we got right here. But once we're above it, we're above the mean, we don't tend to come back. We just don't tend to come back. So take it with a grain of salt. If things change, they change. But right now, I would be careful on how bearish I get. I would be careful about how bearish I get. Um, so we could be setting up for a higher low on any sort of retracement. We could be setting up for a higher low because that's what it did the other times when we got above. We kept pushing, and then we got a higher low. So the low could very well be in. Could very well be in. Just based on that, it could very well be in. The only other thing I could note in here that may be different is the expansion. So the distance between each one is different as opposed to here. They were tight. They were tight here. They were tight there. And they were tight here. They're not tight in this situation right here. So they're expanded apart, which means that there's a lot of room for volatility. When they're closer together, you're more so squeezing and you're preparing for a strong breakout. So it could just be a situation where we're not setting up for a strong breakout, but it's not bearish. The strong breakout could come on a retracement, like on a correction down. The strong compression, the compression of the ribbons could happen then. So that's something that I will look out for. That's the only thing about this that stands out differently is going to be the distance between the ribbons, and that's it. Aside from that, everything else matches up with where we tend to see price, explode. So fascinating monthly charts. Fascinating. I added an additional um, line in here. And this is just a just in case, if we do come back down or whatever, what we put in a swing failure pattern from that level. But everything else, it matches perfectly. It looks strong. It looks rather strong. This right here is just for the 3 month time frame because we do have a mother bar on the 3 month time frame. This was just because I know for a lot of people, um, finding where we tap, like we didn't. If you pull from the low to the high, we didn't hit the golden pocket. But if you pull based off of this structure here, a fib extension off of this structure here, because right here, this is where we didn't quite get into the. Let me take this away so I can be sure. Right here. So the 382, like I said, when we do something like a 382, something like that, it's an extension. And so this is the fib extension being drawn. This is just an extension of this move down. So there we tap into the 786 because I know a lot of people were looking for, including myself. That's something that I would have been looking for also. Um, But there's more than one way to skin a cat. We didn't tap into this golden pocket. No, but we did tap into the 786 because we had an extension. We had an extension. That's what I wanted to say about that monthly time frame. It's that. So back over here to the 15 minute, because like I said, we were seeing momentum hold in here for that push up, continuation up. So momentum is holding really good against this prior low over here. Momentum is holding. I'm going to switch this. let me get rid of this. And set this like that. I'm just taking the levels off. The prices are still there. I'm just taking the levels off. I'm just going to expand this to focus on the area that's in here. So if we are coming up, I will look for this top here to be taken. And then we pop into the golden pocket again. That looks like we would still see price action get rejected from the bear flag formation or the ascending channel formation, however you want to refer to it. I was thinking about something when it comes to that channel. Okay, so be cautious right around here too, because we're so close to the mean. Be very cautious around here. So if you are somebody who's longing off of this, be sure you have a stop loss in place, because anytime you're around here, you can roll back down below and it could be bearish. So just be cautious with that. Trust me, my stop almost got hit yesterday when I took this one and we crossed up and we got this little drop back in. It might have been this candle right here. No, it wasn't this one. It wasn't this one. What was it? No, it was this one right here because my stop was based on this candle right here. I was like, oh gosh, I'm about to get stopped out. And then I guarantee you it's going to continue up because we were around the mean. And anytime we're around the mean, please. I mean, you always need to have a stop loss, but yeah, anytime you take a position around the center of the range, please have a stop loss. Please. Because around the center, this can happen. You see this? Around the center, that can happen. You can turn down at that center, and when it turns down at that center, woo, it is not a game. Yeah, MACD has it's been very volatile on the 15-minute time frame. But if you go out to like your 1 hour, your 4 hour, your daily, your MACD ain't even it's not coming down. It's not coming down. It's so bullish. It's so bullish. Like we got that one moment on the 4 hour time frame. That one moment on the 4 hour time frame. But aside from that, it has just been propelling higher. You got your little waves in there for your corrections, but MACD has been staying strong above the zero line, strong above the delta, and as long as it's like that, it has a lot of strength. 15-minute time frame is the only time frame where you do tend to see it curve down a bit, and I have it in here. It's right here. So right here, like this is the only time frame where you do get these ebb and flows in here, where it might come below zero in here. So you can see that sell off below zero, below delta. Over here, you swipe zero, but you don't go below delta. So as long as it's above there, it's still good. It's when it crosses. My conditions for MACD is whether it's below or above 0 and whether it's below or above the delta. So as long as it stays like this, it's continuation. So sometimes the trades can be a little nerve-wracking to take, especially like I said around the center. Be very nerve-wracking to take, but that looks decent. That looks pretty decent in there. You can see momentum is trying to agree with each other on the MACD, which is where you're getting your dots from. So it looks decent. Yeah, this one right here, boy. That one caught me so off guard yesterday. No, it didn't actually catch me off guard because I saw it and I was like, the mean, and get crappy. But I didn't take that, and then I decided to take it right here. And I mean, it gave a little something, but it failed. I failed. Um, yeah, so not too many times have we seen it like that. But it looks really good when you zoom out too. So we're looking good. We're pushing on up, onwards and upwards. That's what we want to see. Pushing onwards and upwards. You just gotta be careful when you center trade, when you in the middle of the range, taking positions. But it's given. And just make sure you got your stop loss in place. Make sure your stop loss is in place. I'm not taking the long here because, like I said, I'm already just long from here. I'm just trying to get the rest of my money out of this move. So do your thing right here. And so my trade set up for there. Um, for right here. So this is my long position here for this area right here. So I don't have a reason to jump into or add to my position right now. Um, so that's yeah. I will look at another short though, up here since I didn't manage to catch this for any gains. I actually I'm gonna need something better from the shorts. I'm gonna need something better for the short position to be honest with you. Um, but it'll be like the moment you stop trying. The moment you stop trying is the moment that it actually rolls over for you. I feel like I can barely music there, so I turned it up just a little bit. Good morning, Salty. Salty, you changed your did you change the last few letters? Or that's the same. You're in the short from 81.8. Can you advise on take profit areas, please? I think you should have already taken some profit, especially when you got the drop down into here because we came into like the 382 50% retracement. It looks like this could just be an extension for price action to go higher. So I would have scraped off a little bit of something. Since we are seeing a reactive bouncer here too, maybe scraping a little something off. Otherwise, I'm assuming you're targeting this low in here. At least take your fees out. If I just do like a standard fib retracement, let me just see what a standard fib retracement is into here. Yeah, I would go ahead and scrape a little something off. Now there is still a chance. There's still a chance that, we could put in that little lower high in here and roll down here and take some liquidity through here. Um, but just in case, this could be an extension, and we come up and we take out the liquidity right here. It's not a lot of liquidity to the upside from what I've said. I've taken 25% and protect the position, but we're targeting 80K as the 382 of the bigger local move up. Okay, okay, okay. So then you should be set. Like I said, this may be an extension here since we didn't drop down too low. It may be an extension unless we see a rollover from here. It may be an extension, and then we're going to come up into here. I'm glad you caught that short though. I had my chart set up for the push into the golden pocket, which we did tap. Not this one because I moved it. But I was looking at it, and I didn't take the position because I was asleep. I was still laying down, I think. Yeah, but I was looking at this right here myself. And so we did push into it, and we almost tapped back into it again right here, but I wasn't around for it. So now I've just moved this from here to here to here. Now looking for this to get, because that was supposed to be my second take profit on my long position too. It was supposed to be my second take profit, so I completely missed that. I got my first TP out, but not my second one. Which now, if we get up here, I would take my second take profit right here, and then I'll entertain the possibility of a short. But we are looking, it's looking pretty good. It's looking pretty good to the upside. My analysis on momentum has made you rethink. It's really good. It really is. It's good. It's good because you get SFPs on momentum all day long. SFPs on momentum all day long, especially when you have these large moves. So I love it. I love it. And if I had just did it yesterday, if I had did it yesterday instead of thinking about a Elliott wave count and just did it yesterday, then I would have been in from down here, because this is where we got our swing yesterday. I would have been in it from down here, and we never come back. So yeah. And then two, like I was saying, when we come up and hit that, if we hit that 618, then it was going to be, the price action was just going to be doing something different, and it did, and so that short did not work out for me because we were pushing up, momentum was strengthening at that time, but I could see everything from in here. But yeah, like the swing right here. Like I said, close to a mean, you can always, you always want to protect yourself in case, there's some sort of a swing fail, well, a failure of the mean, just in case, because like I said, that's where we get this stuff over here. But yeah, momentum is powerful. And I tend to do it with the horizontal lines more than with the diagonal lines, because you're looking for swing failure patterns and momentum. And let's just say for if if we were to, which momentum is still rising at the moment, but if we were to see a swing, well, price action, if price action rolls back down from here, I would assume that this would get taken. I hope not, because I want my second take profit first. I need my second take profit. I need it. Otherwise, I'm taking profit around where same place I took it from yesterday, which was after we took out this high. I took profit. But I will entertain a new long. Let me see if we have any sort of a squeeze or anything like that. But yeah, the momentum thing is totally for trading. Like it's a in the moment trading. Like it's totally for trading. Um, no, we don't have any sort of squeeze or anything, but we could fail this level, guys. We could. Yeah, we're still hovering around this. So we could fail it. So we have a lot of intermediate traders in here. That's really good. You want to fail it? I would love for you to, you know, get those massive gains in here. That would be nice. That would be nice. Uh-oh. Could be a fast drop. You can get a fast drop off or something like that too. So we'll see. We'll see, Salty, if it gives you what you want. I've already taken profit, so just one time though, just once. What's been really wild to me is the amount of bearish divergence we've been getting. And it's not just a little bit, like it's consistent. It's consistent. I don't know if it's, you know, because of all the people that are trying to short. Like I don't know what it is, but we have been consistent with bearish divergence. But we have been rising. It's really the bearish divergence is really coming from the lower time frames. It's not really coming from your higher time frames per se. And I think that that's where the confusion comes in. Because if it's not on those higher time frames, then it's just corrective on the lower time frames. But the amount of it has been crazy. We do have the potential for it on the weekly now. Well, we've had it for, since we got the rise out of the weekly, but we'll see if we invalidate that too, or if we do roll over. You kind of completed 5 wave. Yeah, you can. Let's see. We had some bear divs through here. Obviously, we had some bear divs as we were pushing higher. Um, but this is the highest wave right here. That would be weird. But I see what you're saying because I can count it too. In fact, I use that to my advantage for pulling my fib extension, but this is still the highest wave in here. The highest point of momentum, and it's usually not. It's not the case. It doesn't work like that. It should not be. It should not have more strength than over here. So if the 3 was in here, then this would be a bear div, and it wouldn't be higher. Yeah, that's the discrepancy right there. Because your wave 3 is going to have the most volume. It's going to have the momentum is going to be a blow off top. It'll be somewhere up in like 80 or something like that. It'll be, or something. It'll be like something like this right here. Like it'll be extremely up there like that. And, yeah, it'll be a blow off. Yeah, momentum will be way higher on the 3. So we're counting something else, but it can work. What does volume look like? Yeah, volume is higher right in here. And so I think I looked at this at 1.2. Yeah, I looked at, this is where I took that short from. I took the short from here and I took it for that reason. Um, I looked at it like that. Make sure I just hit that and I didn't delete it. Okay. Oh, look at the shorts trying. Look at the shorts trying. It is a little bit more liquidity, at least over the past. Oh, that means we filled in our gap too. I need to look at that. No, we got some up there. I see it piling up. I see it piling up. Take a look at our gap. Yeah, so we we clearly filled that gap right here. So we're rejecting around this gap right now. We still got this in here. But this is done. This is done finally. I don't think we have any more. I wouldn't even call this a legacy gap. Yeah, some of these gaps are just really for that 15-minute. I don't think we have anything else in here to the upside. I think that was it. Yep, that was it. That was our last, unless it's on another time frame. Let's see this little number right in here. You see that? That little petty. I can be petty sometimes. I can be petty sometimes. I see that little petty gap right there. It's a petty gap, but it's a gap. Okay. Oh, delete some noise. Hold on. No, this ain't even right. From the 4 hour. This ain't even right. Hold on. My bad. Let me do this like this. Okay. Or should I push this up higher? I forgot if I do it like that. It's not gonna show. Let me see. Daily. Let me do it from the daily. I think that's where I had drew it from. That's why it was filled. I did draw it from there. It may not be filled. Zooming out. Zooming well under the microscope. So yeah, I did it from here. Shit. See if I can't see it like this. Yeah, if I'm looking at it like this, then it's not hardly feel. not hardly filled. And I should raise it up. I'm just going to draw a line right here. Huh. Almost there. Yeah, so we got a ways to go if you're looking at it from the lower time frame. But right in here, a little different. See, my music stopped on me. Let me figure out what's going on with my music. Bitcoin. Just hitting this underside resistance in here. I'm assuming that that is what's slowing price action down in this area. So yeah, got above. Something else. Okay, why crypto YT? Good morning. My friend, are you in any trades? Multi caught the short, which is amazing. I I ended up taking a long right here. I took the short over here. Of course, it got stopped out, which I was okay with that because I opened up a long position on top of it. And the market's trying to get me, but I'm gonna find a way. I found a way. Does that didn't work out at all. I hated that loss right there. I really did hate it. Come on, Bitcoin. You can do better than that. Oh, USDT dominance. In case you haven't looked at it, it's something that we have been waiting on. And let me show you. Let me show you because we waited on this for a while. Da, 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 da. We waited on USDT dominance to break the trend line from the ascending broadening formation. We waited a very long time. A very long time. We talked about this repeatedly, and we finally got the breakdown from it, which could be awesome for Bitcoin. But we do still have the support level down here that we can come into, and price to hold that. So we did break down below it. We did break down below it finally. Like I said, now if because I covered that monthly time frame with you, and I told you, hey, when the monthly gets above that 50 like that, price does not come back. If and only if it remains true this time too. Remember the measured move for this breakdown since USDT dominance all the way back down to its macro trend line. It's macro that has lasted for years. So that puts it all the way back down here. That's yeah. That speaks a lot to what Bitcoin could be setting up to do. That sits it all the way back down here. But we shall have to see, and I might need to move it too because we didn't know where it was going to happen from at the time. So it actually happened from here. Push it up a little bit more. Yeah, it actually happens from there. Okay, so we shall see. We shall see. Like I said, with Bitcoin had the exact same pattern on it. When Bitcoin got the breakdown, it didn't meet the measured move. Not so far. It has not met the measured move. Which that measured move for Bitcoin would be the 1.6 yeah, didn't do that so far. Um, keeping my eyes on both of them. This It's like I put a channel in here. I did. I know I did that. I'm just wondering. What was that? I'm gonna leave this exactly like that. I'm sure I need to go look into it. Okay. And this one, I have to double check. Okay. That's why I put the channel in here just in case I needed to do it more something like that, which that could be decent right there as well. But yeah, I think once it drops into here, we'll get some sort of a support in here. We can look to see if these highs are going to hold their support. But that is the measured move. But breakdown and play. I don't take a lot of notes over here on this. Not in this regard, but I will put this one here. Let's see. Actually, you know what? That's not going to matter. That will not make a difference. And neither will that. It'll have to be this. Have to be this. Where we got that huge swing from. So by the time it taps into here, it will see some sort of a bounce. I can tell that already. Yep. We'll see some sort of a bounce. Support resistance flip. And momentum in here, unless we see like some kind of God candle, and Bitcoin is moving. Hooray, hooray, hooray. I'm gonna still put that and just see how people react to it. Okay. I'm looking for here. If this is an extension of this move, then I'm looking for here. But I know anytime we get around a psychological level, that some sort of reaction will come in. So it's doing this fib retracement. And what was your answer? Nope, you're not in any trades. Okay. I have felt a lot like that too, our crypto. The last time we took one, we won. That was good. But yeah, it's been, it's been chop suey on these time frames. It's been very chop suey. All right, momentum is picking up. It might have to do with the fact we just got that 1 hour candle open about 20 minutes ago. We're not necessarily getting follow through. Not that. It's just whenever the bullish signals have played out from the QTD, none of the bearish signals have really played out. But the bullish ones have held. You can see we're getting a pop up right here. So we're failing to get the follow through right now. And this little white line being able to push outside of it. It's chasing it right now. Instead of just, breaking through, it's just chasing it. And on the 1 hour, it's been hugging around it really close. Anytime it hugs real close, you start to get all of this choppy price action too. It's been just hanging on to it, hanging around. Still far from the cloud, but just chopping around. And then on the 4 is sitting around the previous day low. It's the daily one. This is the one where I kept telling you the daily signal is strong. So we finally broken out and above here, and we had not. I have my drawings for a sec. We had not done that in a long time. Right, this is the first time we've gotten back above here because the cloud started to drop down. It starts to put in the bullish divs, which you can see across there. And this could be the runaway. It could be the runaway train, as we've been under here for a long time. See, we got above it once more back in here at around our all-time high. But ever since we made our all-time high, we dropped and we have not been back above this cloud. We have not been back above it. And this is the first time. So I've been really Yeah, I've really loved seeing this. It's been the first time, and the last 2 days have really been the giver. In fact, I think it actually flattened out like the we're still straddling with this white line though. Once we really clear the path of this white line, because the white line should be underneath price action also. The cloud is beneath price action now, but this white line should also be below price action. And right now, the white line is still above the price action, but it should look something more like this right here. See how it breaks above that, and then it just keeps going. I remember this time right here where we got that rise and that drop, and yeah, but this is what I'm looking for. That kind of move. Let's see if we get it. It's been a long time. A long time. Huh. So to me and you fighting. You trying to get price down, I'm trying to get it up. So we fighting right now. Uh, I mean, the resistance is still strong in here, but um, trying to see. The trend looked like it was gaining strength. And said just missing a little bit of follow through. Let's see. I closed out my Apple loan, but boy, let me tell you, when I say I paid fees over on BTCC. Ugh. Ooh. So then, then I decided I'm just gonna pull my funds away from there because the fees are too high. The fees are too high. Them overnight fees, boy, them things add up. They add up. But they wouldn't let me take it yesterday. They wouldn't let me transfer anything yesterday. So I try again today to get my money off of there and move it to Blowfin or something. Which, mind you, is not an option. It's not a manual. It's a manual option, but it's not an automatic option. Like it's just not one that they list in there. They list Coinbase and some other ones where they don't list Blowfin, so you have to hit other and type it in. Um, I'm trading Blowfin right now. Yeah, I'm trading on Blowfin right now. Most of the time, I trade uh, Bitcoin on Blowfin, but I was doing tokenized stock trading over on BTCC because I can't do it on Blowfin because Blowfin has a restriction for the United States. But yeah, BTCC fees are very high because they charge you those overnight trading fees. And those overnight trading fees add up. So if you're just sitting in a trade for a long time, like you're paying crazy amounts of money for that trade. So that just means that I don't do any tokenized trading because that's the only way I will take a short. Otherwise, I can just trade stock market just on spot for a long, but on a short, I can't, which is fine by me. I don't care. I just keep doing what I'm doing and just looking for long entries and just use my money and not worry about it because at least I know when I'm taking a trade on in the stock market that is something that I have long-term interest in. So if it don't work, my money is okay. My money is still okay if I'm down. I don't care. But it was this Apple, and Apple did get rejected. I showed y'all that yesterday too. Apple did get rejected from here, off of that golden pocket right there. I did a fib extension off of that low to this point to here, and I closed it out with that when we got in here. And yeah, I think I still paid I paid too much in fees for my little money. I'm sorry. It was a lot. I need to check on SPY. I was saying that I felt like SPY was going to break down below here yesterday, but SPY's still holding on. It looks like it did get a little break below it, but it came back up. I don't know what to make of SPY. Other than to continue and push into here, maybe push up a little bit higher. But just the sheer fact that we actually did see a breakdown below it makes me more, well, yeah, I feel a little bit more stronger that it will roll over off of this line. Let's see. It's just, I can't even say that it has bullish divergence right now. It doesn't, at least not from this 4 hour. And then let's see what we're looking like. Okay, so we came back down into here. This went higher than I thought. Remember, I told you that I didn't think it was going to do any more than right in here, possibly around these highs right here because it had rejected in here like twice, but it pushed up almost coming into that 1146. Now we're back here. Got to bounce off of the 99 at the 105. If it does go up, I'm guaranteed that'll be down. Maybe we even come up here and take out this high. I didn't think we would do that much though. It's a little bit higher. It is pushing. The levels have been really, really great for it. So remember, I say to you, get as far left as you can, which most of this was price discovery, I do believe. But if you get as far left as you can on your levels, you're gonna get some banger levels. I just wanted to see that. We'll go back to Bitcoin. Let's see what these two are doing. And gold. Let me just look at gold real quick. I haven't really paid a lot of attention. Yeah, to gold. Salty, I don't know if you ever closed out your short, but that was a really good. I know that you were looking at the short through here, so that would have been really good. And it's really good if you didn't and you still have that because it has sold off. It has sold off. Quite a bit. I have to see it from the 4 hour, from my, I'm sorry, my 4 hour pain. Actually, let me just tab over there to it. Now let me look at it. That's the VIX right now. VIX has been holding at that level right there. Let me see, where's gold? Yeah, this is where I thought gold was going to tap out the last time, and it did. But you can see it rolled up a little higher in here still. Um, I will take a long off of gold. We'll let circumstances change first because it's just been swinging back and forth. But it's usually good like this. It's pretty decent. It's saying that it got really far extended and may want to look to long it. So I might consider this. I'm gonna give it a little bit more time though. I'm gonna wait for more confirmation on it, but that looks pretty decent on gold. Hmm. You couldn't hold a trade that long. You just leave a runner. You stop loss and take care of the rest. Oh man. I remember you were looking to take I remember you were taking that short though, and that was yeah, good spot to be looking at it too. As it sure plummeted. I suppose we're just gonna be slow like this because it's doing nothing. Palantir reported earnings. I hear a lot of analysts downgraded it. I still think it looks decent, but I won't be buying it unless it's under $100. That's for me. Um, Now has been doing good for me. So I'm proud of that one. Sandish just won't quit. Oh my gosh. I won't even try with this thing anymore. Like I haven't tried anything with it besides from analyzing it. Looks like it's well on its way to 1400. So last time I looked at it, let's see what time frame was I on. It wasn't on the 24 because if I was on the 24, I would have known that that wasn't going to be. Yeah. This thing is going. All right, Bitcoin. Finally pushing up a little bit more, about to come into that golden pocket. Volatility range is poor, so it could probably even do the 786 right here. So volatility is pretty stiff on it. And this is why This right here is exactly why you don't have a lot of participation in the crypto space right now, because stock markets have been acting like crypto. SanDisk just it did a ripper. Like it just straight up ripped. And this thing just won't stop. It's crazy. This thing has just been going. That don't even look right. And this still might not be right. No, I'm gonna leave it just like I got it. This is wild. And this was just March. Ay, ay, ay. I mean, from the start of the year to there, like that's crazy. Crazy gains right there. Wow. Good old SanDisk. I don't know if Google ever slowed down. Even Google's still pushing. Did Amazon slow down? Yeah, we're still around where I was looking at on Amazon. Like 278, but it's still rising. So, oof. I think Tesla even trying to flip now. Tesla trying to flip. I'm just gonna do this one. Let me just see. Good old Tesla. One to one. Oh, I want that one to one. I just want to see what happens with Tesla. Tesla looks pretty good since that's where the golden pocket was at. I just rather use that. All right, Bitcoin. We're coming into that 786. I'm gonna flip us back over there to Bitcoin. Surprisingly, Meta's still holding this 50 right here. I haven't bought anything else since I bought Nike, which is a very risky play because Nike can go to crap. But I only put in what I'm willing to lose. That was the last thing I bought was Nike. Right before that, I picked up some Now because I like that one. Now that one has really been doing well. Um, I still have an open order on Robinhood. I have some Robinhood, but I still have an open order for Hood. It hasn't dropped down that low though, so I might not get filled on that. And I've had that open for over a month, I believe, about maybe 2 months, something like that. It's been open for a while though, since shortly after their earnings before this one. So yeah, it's been a while. didn't even notice how Caterpillar did. All of those are pretty much down. Ooh, cat got, ooh. Oh, never mind. Cat is doing fine. Yeah. Cat is doing good. Cat is actually coming into one of the levels that we had. Bitcoin, where you trading now? I already answered that one right there for you. See, I'm winning sadly. Oh boy. Not yet. I'll win if we get up here. If we get up here. Right now, you still good. Cause yeah, you still good. I'll win if we get here though. Uh, it's no strong reaction right here. The trend did move into a strong trend, so I like seeing that. We did get that follow through. I see we did that too. But psychological nonetheless. Let's see. Volatility kind of capped right in here. Yeah, it capped right in here. I thought it would touch right here to that 786, but it's sideways. Volatility is a little sideways. If you look at Bollinger, right where it's been topping at, it's been sideways. So you got that top, you got that one, and then you got this one right here. It could start an expansion from here. I can see that. Even though these claws aren't turned in, I call them claws, not turned in, but the bands are not turned in. I don't know. It could still, just like it did it over here, which I wasn't, yeah. Let's see, could. It would grind its way up if it did. Yeah. So, I mean, this is all just going to be noise. Does anyone here do Forex? I like to, oh, you know what? Something I was looking at the other day and I started to buy was Home Depot. That's what I started to buy. Home Depot. I was upset the last time. Not really upset. It was like, dang, I miss Home Depot because Home Depot got a range that it trades in. Let me see if it held up this time because it might have just blasted all the way through it. Okay, it didn't hold up this time. So I guess that's all right. I think Home Depot is undervalued though. Let's see Home Depot from a weekly. I mean, it's Home Depot. Maybe I pick it up around the low 200s. If you were looking for a good one, I'm gonna put this back on Bitcoin. But I was looking at this. I have been watching this right here. I think I posted on a couple months yeah, a couple months ago, maybe. Yeah. But Home Depot, I had been watching this. I was assuming it was putting in the head and shoulders in here, but it had like this range where if it got down in here, it would bounce, got in here and bounce a little bit earlier right there. And then the last time I looked at it, I was like, dang, I missed that Home Depot bounce because I was going to test it out to see if it wouldn't hold right here. But it has finally broken down because I was looking at it the other day, like, okay, it's back to it. Should I buy? I didn't buy. And I guess I'm glad I didn't buy. So I didn't buy. Completely below this trend line right here now. It's not going to work anymore. So I'm going to get rid of that. And the next one sits down in here in terms of momentum. It would be all the way down here. I don't think that I did not. So in fact, I'm going to take you away from there and put you right here. So this is below this trend line. I doubt that. I doubt that. First of all, it's a lot to ask for it to come back to this trend line. I'm going to put you right back where I got you from because something looks crazy. It's a little bit crazy. And it did chop it down to here from a weekly time frame. I need to do some actual analysis on. I see Bitcoin reacting to that golden pocket. Yeah, there's nothing in here. Yep, it might actually come down here. I don't think that it breaks down lower than that, but it might actually come down to here. It's not good enough in that time frame. Let me do another time frame. Let's see, the mean had been the reversion, but it's not doing that bounce anymore. So I'm gonna look at this. Yep, I'm gonna watch on that. If it does something like this, then I'll buy it at that point. I will buy it. It never invalidated this either. I don't know if I left the measure move in here or not. Probably didn't. You just see what that's gonna be. I don't guess we had enough. I don't know what housing is looking like right now. Maybe VWAP wasn't lying. I'm gonna look at it down here though. So if it makes its way down here, I will scoop me up some Home Depot. I like them when they sell off. I'm not gonna touch anything that hasn't sold off. I'm just not buying it. That means MACD. Yeah. It's been a long time since it's done that too. You can see that all through here. It's still above the delta though. It's still above the delta. Um, but it's a long time since it crossed below zero. It hasn't done that. You can tell it from right here. We got that little gray bar. It hasn't crossed below. Hasn't crossed below since 2006. It crossed below it in 2006, and it hasn't done that since 2006. That's a long time to have not crossed back below the zero. So, yeah, let it get down there. I will buy it. I will buy it. 2006. Wow. Interesting. Interesting. Keep my eyes on Home Depot. I have to ask Rock. Ask Rock some questions about Home Depot, as opposed to doing all the hard research myself, right? Let's see. Ask Rock. I'm gonna check some unusual activity on that one. AI is handy. Sad about Spirit Airlines. Very sad. Let's see. I was pretty sure housing market was going to have quite a bit to do with it. Rain Kitchen. Rain Kitchen, which was a partner of Home Depot, filed for a Chapter 7 liquidation. Ooh, this was just on the 24th of April. Oil prices and basically that much because I mean, since 2006, it's just had a bullish run. Yeah. I'm hoping that for my sake, the stock does roll over a bit more here and I can be a buyer. That momentum on Home Depot might resolve around 275. Yeah, about 275. It could resolve around there. It's had support there several times. Looks like a good match. I would see. Have y'all seen Strat? Because I told you. I told you. I said Strat looking like it's about to get up to about 231, 240, 255. It looks like it's about to pump up there. So when I looked at Strat, I was like, Strat filled in that little gap. And Strat look like it's getting up there. I hope it makes it. If Bitcoin about to make it, Strat about to make it. Let's see. See if we're about to roll over on Bitcoin a little bit more. So we got the little bounce there. Let's see. April 5th. Yep. This is where we were on strat. It's like this thing look like it's gonna rip up to here. It got a long way to go, but it looks pretty decent for it. It looks pretty decent for it. It's at 189 now. So it's about 166 at the time. So 189 now. Strat looking like it's gonna make it. It looks like it's gonna make it. Hmm. I should have put a bet on that one myself. We'll see. We shall see. I was looking at this right here. I don't like it right there, but still golden pocket reaction. All right, Bitcoin's going to be a little bit slow, but that's what I'm looking for. Maybe for a scalp position. If we get up into here, then I'll be looking to take a scalp position down. But aside from that, again, on the daily time frame, still looks good to me. I mean, we are still seeing the rejection from this point here, but daily does look pretty decent. I can't complain about it. It's invalidated the bearish divergence also. And this right here is a whole nother monster. That top that's all the way up here is something different. Could look for a swing fail on that. Not near it right now, but we are invalidating any, the bearish divergence that was through here initially. That is being invalidated. Um, so if we're pushing into this golden pocket, we're likely going to be coming up above this momentum line right here, this pivot top right here. And then I'd be looking for some sort of a roll down on it for some sort of a correction. May not be anything serious, but a correction. This I'm going to end up modifying and moving. We are still flat as far as the cloud goes. The lower cloud does still suggest that if we saw a pullback, it could come back this low and still maintain structure for the upside. Like I said, on the monthly time frame, it doesn't tend to go up above 50 and roll back down below 50. Like price action doesn't tend to come back once the momentum reaches above 50. And I showed you that throughout time, above 50, above 50, above 50. I'm using this as the momentum line in here though, and then again above 50 right over here. Every single time it just continued higher. It did not come back. Never seen it. It could happen now because nothing is, sometimes things change and they do change. So and it could be that this month right here actually confirms. I'm trying to confirm it off of the last month, off of the April, the end of April. But everything tends to line up. And if you didn't want to do it like that, then you could do it a little bit different. I like the floor being right here, personally. But like I said, anytime it's come up above 50, and it's probably this month that has to confirm. Yeah, when I do it like this, I can tell the difference. So it's likely it could be this month that has to confirm it. But that's continuation. The only difference again is expansion of the moving averages in here. Like they're wide, they're away from each other, so it's pretty wide when typical standard was close together, and then you got an explosive move. So they're not compressing, and that's the only thing I can see that is different is they're not compressing. They're not compressing at all. Above the mean, but not compressing. Could be when we get the pullback again. That could be where it compresses at. But right now, I don't see any compression. Compression. Let me get rid of that. We're at the mean on the weekly time frame. Again, we haven't rolled over. I moved this up. Like you can barely see that little bump in the road right there. But I took it off of here because it would be too far waiting for it to drop that back down below that. But we are pressing up. If I do start to see some rollover, which probably, I don't know if I'm going to see it or not, but at the 1-to-1, which is drawn from this low to this high to this low right here, the 1-to-1 here with the mean from the RSI, which is the 50, we're tackling that. So we could push up higher. From there, I'll be looking for the 1.618, or maybe even just back into here. So this is about 60 right here on your RSI. It's going to be about 60 right there at that red one. That's when you really start to get bullish, when you start pushing into that. So that is currently 81. No, that's not 81. That's 86. 86. I got to turn off that. Yeah, that's 86. I got to turn off the label. I got two labels going. But we're at the mean right now. So can always see a rejection at the mean. Like I said, can always see a rejection at the mean. But to me, it looks strong. It looks strong, and it looks like we could push up through it. And that's just going to be into the lows right here, because we've been battling right around this this wick right here. In here, it's this wick. But I personally, when I'm looking at rejection zones, I look at them like that. So that 86,830, if we were to just zip through here, just say we just rip through it, it's going to be right here where we have that 28. And then that resistance there. But until it can show it's got some real strength. Yeah. It's up above. It's actually up above that right now. So just at that 1-to-1. That 1-to-1 and the RSI mean. Takes away all my labels, but that's okay because it keeps it from duplicate. Actually, no. Wrong. No, which one was it? Okay, I'm gonna have to fix that. Yep, I gotta fix that. So I'll go in and take care of that. It's because I do my own candles over it. Candle color. And Pine Script is hard to, you can override it easy, but yeah, it's a little different than using something now. Code. To code. That's what I'll be looking for. I'm gonna look for that. You might catch a little something right here around 82,550. Can look at that as a possible resistance level right there. Let me see something. Okay. Yeah, you can look at that as a possible resistance level, 82,550. Um, but then I would push for this right here, 86,830, and keep those two in mind in case we're getting past this 1-to-1. Um, anytime today. Anytime today. Go Bitcoin. What you gonna do? All right. All right. Best of luck to everyone. If you're long through here, good luck to you on that. If you're short through here, good luck to you on that. It's still purple. Still purple, still rising. We haven't done that final thing. I like. Well, actually, we don't have to because we still look decent through here. Like I said, still holding above, still rising. Momentum still rising on everything. So you have to look for a shift in momentum. To be honest with you. I don't know. Maybe that trend line. Maybe that trend line wants to hold again. This one is different from the one from the. I'm gonna call it the bear flag. The only reason why you need to move away from calling it the bear flag, the only reason why I would is because that big space on it. I'm gonna just say that. So this big space right now on it is just a huge space on it, which looks different from over here. But for definition purposes, we call it the bear flag. You could still see another rejection around this trend line right here, though, which is different. This was just that old trend line that we had through here that held up as resistance for a very long support for a very long time. So you can imagine how it's working as some really great resistance in here because it held up for a while. When that's gone, it's gone. And you got the golden pocket. Yep. All right, that's it. That's all I have for today. So that's what I'm looking for. Assuming that this is an extension of this push to the upside. This is an extension. And I'm looking for a price to get to here right now on the 15-minute time frame anyway. for a possible scalp short. Um, assuming the momentum stays the same. And I will see you tomorrow.